sorry about the delay on that. My cat's tail was in the way. And I decided not to do the countdown on this video. So the reason why I want to do this video, and I want to try to be respectful as I'm doing the video, because I never want to disrespect anybody. That's not who I am. But I was asked by a few people because the validation has come to light. And so I wanted to kind of explain a few things. So this video is going to be about Felicia Johnson. And the reason why I really want to make the video is because it's not only a validation, but I'm hoping that maybe the next time that I say something that maybe it'll be checked out. Because this was something I was really sure about. And I'm not really ever sure about anything. Like, I always second guess everything. But this I was really sure about. And I'll put screenshots at the end of this video. I will block out names and everything. The screenshots are just gonna be to validate what I had done or what I had said. So the reason why I did not make a video prior to her being found about this location was because I had given the location to family. I had been working with somebody in the family, and I had given her the location, and the last I heard, she was going to check it out. And being that the guy was still on the loose, I didn't want it to get back to him, so I kind of just kept it with the family, hoping that they would look into it. Whether they did or not, I don't know. Maybe they did, and maybe they just didn't find her. But now that she's been found and everything, sorry this happened, and I pray for the family, and it's a sad, sad situation because she was actually there on, just vacation. I actually did the reading on the podcast, and I didn't really get great information on the podcast for some reason. I don't know if the area she was found out is as described in the podcast because I don't remember. But I remember I saw it through the perp's eyes, so I never saw the perp, which that was new for me at the time. I didn't understand. Like, I remember seeing the Uber driver, but I never saw, like, the perp, but I saw things that happened to her, like, through the perp's eyes, I guess. And so I didn't really ever see the guy, but I had a dream. It was like a week or so later. It was like, on 6/1 and 6/2, I had the dream because I was going through my list right now, and I had wrote it down. And I guess I had it again on the 17th because I realized where it went. So I had this dream, and the spirit had shown it to me for about 4 hours. They showed me an aerial view of a map. Okay, so like if I was looking at a map on my phone, that's what it looked like an aerial view of it. And it was very green and everything, and I didn't really understand why they were showing me that. Then I heard the word Waverly, not New Waverly, but Waverly. And I'll also put maps also on this video so you can see where I'm talking about. So I got that, and I told the family member that I had this dream, and when I looked at Waverly, Sam Houston National Forest was behind it. I told her, she said, well, he did Google what's the biggest national forest, and I said, well, that's not a coincidence. And she told me this after my dream. I said, that's not a coincidence because here's Waverly and here's a national forest, and I said, let me Google to see like if it's the largest national forest. Sorry, my goat's knocked over the heater. So I Googled it, and when you Google what's the largest national forest in Houston, Sam Houston National Forest comes up. So I told her, I said, look, this is where she's got to be. I said, because anytime I've dreamed of a location where they make me remember it like that, it's been right. It's happened. This is the third time I've dreamed of a location. The other one was for Susan. It's Topaz that I dreamed of that word. It's an actual mountain not far from where I was looking for her at. But the other one was a dream where I was going to work this case, and I dreamed of an area, and I woke up and he was found in the area I described. I described it to a friend, and she looked it up, and she said, oh yeah, that's where he was at. So I trust my dreams when they repeat for 4 hours and when it's something that I can't forget. Like I could still see in my mind the vision of the map. So I basically begged this family member to please go check Sam Houston. Now, whether she did or not, I don't know. I never heard from her again. And that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I want to respect the family. I don't know what steps she took. She said that she was gifted and she herself and she had grown up with this, so she believed me. But maybe she couldn't get the cops to do it because the cops didn't find her. A random guy found her at Sam Houston, and she was just, and we didn't even hear anything about that, right? But she was just now identified. So basically, the reason why I wanted to make this video, it's not yes that you're right or anything like that. It's more like a validation, right? Because sometimes I'll tell people and they don't take me serious. And like in this situation, I don't know if she took me serious. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Maybe she couldn't get it searched. It's very possible. Sometimes police are weird like that. But what doesn't make sense is if I'm telling her this and it matches what they already know, I don't understand why the police wouldn't search it unless they did and they were in the wrong spot. Because there was stuff from my reading that matches there. I got Peach. There's a Peach Creek out there as well. But basically behind Waverly was Sam Houston. And I said, look, I've never felt so confident about a location before. This needs to be checked. Like, this is not a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. And I had gotten Waverly before she ever went missing. Like, it's on my list. I'm thinking about making a video of just that list because I don't know what's going to fit where. But, it gets kind of frustrating, right? Because I felt very, very strongly about it. Because, again, I don't have a lot of location dreams. It's a very rare thing. Just like I don't normally name first and last of a suspect. But I had this location dream for a reason. And I was very adamant in begging to have it checked. They didn't want to because she was far away. They told me to contact Texas EquiSearch, but Texas EquiSearch is not into working with mediums. And so I didn't. I felt like she could do that being the family. So the whole reason that I did not make a video prior to her being found was because I put it in the family's hands and I thought that they would have it checked. And again, I don't know if they did, and maybe they were just in the wrong area or what. But I basically wanted to do, like I said, this video for a validation. I wanted to kind of validate the dream that I had. Because again, that doesn't happen like very often. I wish it did because my life would be a lot easier if I could just dream of locations. But this is very vivid, and it was very like, this is where she's at. When Spirit is going to show me a map for 4 hours and not let me sleep because they're showing me this map over and over and over, and I can't dream of anything else, like there's a reason for it. So partly this video is for maybe a lesson for the future. And again, I'm not always going to be right, but it doesn't hurt to get it checked out because what do we have to lose? And again, maybe she did. I haven't spoken to her. I sent a message saying, I'm so glad she was found. And at the time I thought maybe she did have it searched. And I was like, I'm glad you finally got it done, but I never heard anything back, which is absolutely fine. Like I said, my condolences go out to the family. It's very hard, and I know that they're probably really struggling with it. But this was back in June that I gave this information. So, I mean, basically the reason, again, that I wanted to make this video was more for validation. So that it hopes, that I hope that the next time I have a dream and I say, can this get checked, that maybe it'll get checked. And again, it's not like I could point into the forest and say that's where she was at, but I think if cops took dogs at the point that I said, it's very probable that the dogs would have taken them to her because a guy just randomly ran across her. So, people get found the time they're meant to. Maybe she would have been found earlier. Maybe she wouldn't. I'm not saying that, like, if they would have listened, maybe they would have found her. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this just shows how I try to respect spirit. And if they give me a dream like this or specific information, then that it needs to be checked out, like, regardless. And again, maybe she did. I don't know. I don't know the situation. So, anyways, I will put the screenshots. I will cross out her name. And I will put the map so you guys can see where I'm talking about. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, I wanted to be respectful, but I wanted to put this validation out because it really does just show sometimes that spirit is specific. And when they're specific like this, like, I was begging. I don't do that. I never beg because I always second guess. But when it's a dream like that, I was adamant and sure that's where she was at. So thank you for liking and subscribing. I just wanted to do a quick video on this because I kind of put it on my community page. It was posted in the group and it was posted on the community page, but I don't know why like I said, I didn't do a video of location, and I think it was just because I gave the family the information, so I didn't feel the need to, but I probably should have because there was people in that area that could have searched. So I probably won't do that again. Next time, I'm sure I will make sure that I make a video of location. I just will, because then this happens. So again, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next time.